My guest on today's show is Stuart Miller, co-founding partner of EBL, Miller Rosenfalck, who will be talking about taking your business into other countries, the things that you need to consider, the things that you need to be thinking about, what cultural differences will have, what kind of effect that will have on your business, what the law and how the law is going to change across the different barriers. And regardless of where you're going, be it into the European Economic Community, the EEC, or if you're going outside of that, if you're going to the States, what do you need to be writing down on a piece of paper that you need to remember to do?
Well, my name's Stuart Miller, co-founding partner of EBL Miller Rosenfalck. We're a law firm in London, and we have offices in Frankfurt and Düsseldorf, and through our cooperative partnerships there we are across about 27 or 28 countries, and that really reflects what our clients do. They either start from the UK and they move out into the world, or they come here to invest as inward investors, creating jobs in this economy. When we are advising British exporters, the first thing that we talk about, as we've been talking about in this morning's programme, would be the areas of culture and getting your team ready and understanding the market opportunity. And it would be wrong of me to suggest that you could seriously do international business without a partnership that goes way beyond mere lawyers like myself. You have to have a decent finance department, a really good understanding of your export trade. You need to take local advice in areas like accountancy, make sure that your books are right, make sure that your local contracts are right, have a decent bank to hand. Take care of all of those relationships just as you would with your core business in the UK. Once you've gone through those things, then think in terms of really detailed structure. And essentially, if you're a British business going abroad, you're either going to be an exporter or you're going to be an investor. If you're an exporter, then the key things that you would want to bear in mind are, first of all, if we're going to export directly into a marketplace, are our terms and conditions suitable for the purpose? Will they help us if we have a legal problem in the country where we're exporting? And the other really critical area is, if we're exporting goods especially, but sometimes services, do we have to think in terms of local consumer protections? And if so, what do we know about those? Because the law protects in most countries consumers far more than it does other businesses. B2B, business to business situations, are much more linked to a freedom to trade than you'll ever find that you can get away with if you're dealing with consumers. But you might not be just exporting directly, you might be using a local agent or distributor. And if you are, pick them carefully, take good trade references, and make sure that you understand what's in your trade, in your terms and conditions, so that you really set them up with a decent document. In some cultures, you'll be familiar with the idea that things are done on a handshake. In most cultures, that's a real risk to your business, and I would really suggest get any agency or distributorship, if possible, into writing, and don't hang around on that subject. The other possibility for your international export business is to look at a business model like a franchise. In some countries, franchises are more highly regulated than others. They are essentially a variant of commercial law. You should be able to adapt your business as an export business to one of those models. On the other hand, if your business plan suggests to you you need foot soldiers on the ground and an agent and distributor aren't going to be the ones to do it for you, then think in terms of either setting up your own branch office, but be careful about local tax if you do so. Think in terms of setting up a subsidiary, might be a separate limited company, with all of the advantages that come with the possibility of being able to ring fence your trading liabilities into this other limited company entity. You might also think in terms of allying locally with another business and having some form of network partnership. That's a really good route. If you're uncertain how much capital commitment you can sustain, you may be trying to expand in several marketplaces at once, and if what you really need is a strong after-sales service, it could be that allying with a local business who've already got the infrastructure is the best way to go. Whichever it is for you, good luck. but whichever it is for you, make sure you take some decent advice.